Hello, deep thinkers. Welcome to Deeper Meaning Time. This is episode 2, and today's deeper meaning is going to be related to education, primarily education, but not in necessarily just the full sense of like teaching kids education, college, and stuff. It's more learning overall. But it really starts with education and educating our young and our next generations to be better people than what we are today and to be smarter individuals than what we are today. And I don't see why that's not the goal, but from what I can tell, it's not really the goal. So anyway, I'm going to start with today's intro. And so really, here's the thing. And so briefly, what I wanted to get into was basically a kind of a part. Let's just sort of remember from the first episode where I discussed all things that were kind of good about people and the bad things about people and how we need to start kind of being good people. Of course, always good people. We need to be good people, but we also need to be bad people. And so that partly relates, and this is, guys, this is Deeper Meaning Time. So on Deeper Meaning Time, we are full of deeper meanings. I mean, they are endless and abundant, and they are everywhere. But so the deeper meaning kind of leads from episode 1 kind of into here, episode 2, whereas we need to be sort of selfish within our families and our communities, and we need to start looking towards the next step, really, I guess. And we need to think about ourselves in that manner. And we need to think about our families and our children and the lives around us and how we all can benefit from one another and helping each other and pursuing just a better future for everybody around us. And that, to me, is one of the deeper meanings that really ties in specifically with education, because you cannot start with dumb people and expect that they're going to understand this. To lead from episode 1 as well, the immovable mind idea. You'll never have an immovable mind without education, without good education, really. And it was interesting to sort of look at and look up how back in the day people didn't there was schoolhouses, but people weren't really educated in a sense of arithmetic and science and things like that. That wasn't until more this century, in the last century, where we started realizing, children need to learn all aspects of life, from science to math and so on and so forth. Nowadays, you can take an elective in college or an elective in high school even, and that's like options. I mean, there's so many options. They're endless. It's crazy. And then you can go to a different school and there'll be different options there. And there's so many different avenues you can take with learning and educating yourself today. But what the problem I see is that in lower income communities and families and in lower income type towns and residents, they don't get that education that I think we all really need in order to benefit and help everybody around us. What I thought was interesting was that, and this is kind of a little off topic, but so Elon Musk, he was on the Joe Rogan podcast recently, and I'm not affiliated in any way with Joe Rogan, but Elon Musk was on there, and you can look this all up for yourself and listen to what he said. And he was talking about how he went to Congress and he went to the president, and this was I think he was talking about when Obama was in office, and he was saying that when he had these ideas that AI was going to take over and become our future, and it wasn't going to be a good thing, and that it could be a good thing if we sort of educated people about it. But he said that nobody listened. And the thing to me that I thought about, and I was like, wow, he went to all these people within the government, just the government. He didn't get on national TV necessarily and explain this to everybody. I mean, there's people in little towns like the town I live in and different towns around me that may have absolutely no idea. I mean, guys, do you know how many people are on the earth? Like, it's like, I don't know, like right now it's like 7.4 billion people. I mean, that's a lot of freaking people, or trillion people. I can't remember what it is. That's a lot of people. And so we're not all receiving the same information about AI. This needs to be a giant effort, a collective effort, where everybody knows. So everybody can be forewarned, so we all can help towards a stable and smart future, similar to the one that Elon was describing about kind of merging with AI. And I think that that would be a good thing as well, but I'm not going to get into that today. Today's thing is about educating people today. And we will advance more as, of course, as years go on. And eventually it may be to a point where, when you sign your kid up for preschool or for kindergarten, they walk into class their first day and they get a little headset. And they put this headset on and it helps them learn and it helps them understand. And I mean, technology may be so advanced that learning has advanced in itself and education has advanced. But I don't know that that's going to advance for everybody. And I'm not really sure what education's like in bigger cities and cities with more money, but I can tell you that I know that cities just 20 minutes from the one I live in have, they're much more expensive to live there and it's a much better town, but at their schools, they teach more and there's more availability of options for kids to learn. But to me, having an availability of options is great. But if we don't all kind of learn to understand everything sort of around us, then how can you know that the one avenue that you've chosen, is going to lead you to a better understanding of yourself? And are you just being a radiologist, for example? You just being a radiologist, is that enough? Granted, I'm sure it's a super busy job, and of course you got to take a lot of schooling to get there. And for the people that do that, that's awesome and that's great. And some people, people have dreams. Everybody has dreams, and everybody's dreams are different. But everybody has this same forward thinking. I don't know who doesn't. Like, who's so. I take that back. I know lots of people that are stuck in the past and kind of can't sort of progress, and that happens. And I personally feel that if more people, yeah, you're the radiologist and you've been doing it for 30 years and it's all you do. But what if you were a radiologist and an astronomer? That would be incredible. Some people don't have that interest, and that's okay. We have, again, billions of people on the earth. It's not going to hurt anybody if one guy's just a radiologist. But my point is that the information will soon readily become available. We'll all be able to share our information, and that'll be awesome. We already do share our information, and we help each other, and we educate each other every day. But that's things like social media networks, the big ones. We know the big ones. You've got them on your phone. I mean, I think the statistics were something like people spend an average of, oh man, it was like, I don't remember. You spend like 5/8 or something of your day, something stupid, I don't know. You spend a long time on your phone. and primarily on social media sites, just talking to other people. And that's awesome. But, and I had my time, I used all kinds of social media just a few years ago. I'm trying to remember when it was that I stopped actually really using social media. I mean, it was probably about a year ago. It's done. And it actually changed my life, really. And it's kind of stupid to say that. And I mean, personally, that I shouldn't have to say that. That shouldn't be a thing. But I can guarantee that other people around me, not people I know personally, but other people around me that also use, and we're talking millions and millions of people use social media and every day. And there's millions of people that are stuck into their phones, and they're stuck on their screens, and they're stuck into this other person, this other life that they have, this what Elon was calling on the JRE was your extension of yourself. And I love that. That's very true. It's a very true statement. It is an extension of yourself. Your phone and everything within the web is an extension of yourself. And that is an awesome, awesome thing. I mean, that's so cool. I mean, that just goes to show technology. But people are already feeding into this giant server, basically, where all their information is, and they're not taking back enough information is my thinking. People, and that's something that I started doing once I quit using social media, was that I no longer gave out information to those different sites and stuff. I seeked out different information from different sources, news, and different YouTube videos, and all these different little outlets where I could get new information, not my friends' information, people from high school, silly videos, real information that really pertained to my life. And that's the thing with all the sharing of ideas and of knowledge, is that when are you taking time to gain the knowledge for yourself, like what you need when you're spending all of your time sharing? And so that's where, being a bad person comes into play. You kind of have to be selfish, and we're all going to have to we really do. And this is just in my opinion, but we really do need to flip the scales here. The scales are weighted heavily on the internet. It gets everything. All of our knowledge. It gets money now. I mean, there's cryptocurrencies, an internet-based currency. I mean, that makes zero sense. That's a whole nother topic too. But so that the internet, it has all the power. It does. Think about it. That extension of yourself. Oh man, I can't think of all my siblings and all the young kids around me. Like, if the internet just died one day, I have no idea what they would do. I don't know what they would do. I mean, I know what I would do. I'd just go get a book, and I'd start reading. But not everybody has that same thing. Not all people want to read. Which is kind of sad to say. Not everybody likes reading, and that's okay. But you need to take what you can now from the internet. Learn from what we have shared with each other. Don't continue to just share. Your life is not all that the internet is for. You do not have to just be on there taking pictures of yourself and posting them and trying to get a reaction. And people just love that feeling of that reaction. That's all it is. But what about a feeling that you could gain from learning something? From opening an article or a PDF in a booklet from a science journal, or from a journal of history, or anything. You reading and submersing yourself into deeper knowledge, not of yourself, but of your existence, of what's already been here before you, so that you can create a pathway ahead of us, and you can help everybody around us, and we can all achieve that on that same pathway towards a greater future. And I believe personally that the issue really is that we we have to leave these social media sites, and we have to use the internet for what the internet was intended for. And in my opinion, it's not what it is today. It has developed into a very great marketing tool, and all kinds of other examples of what the internet actually does do to benefit us today. I mean, I personally, I use my phone a lot. I do all the time. I'm using my phone to update things and keep up with email and call people and search things. And the phone is great. The phone is a fantastic achievement. I did greatly enjoy the days of just simplicity when we didn't have that. I wasn't even old enough to really retain enough memories about it. But I can remember. I can remember enough just having an MP3 player. Those were pretty good days. And a flip phone. You didn't have a bunch of social media to worry about. And if you did, it's because you took time to sit at your computer screen and do it. And I just feel that if we took more time to gain knowledge and to take advantage of the internet, and not so much let the internet take advantage of us. We need to use it. We need to use what we've got, what we've built, so that we all can learn. And if we all learn, then I'm pretty sure that give it, 5, 10 more years. No, not 5, 10 more years. It'd be a long time. It'd be a lot longer than that. But eventually we could all see a collective unification of our minds together. And maybe we need the internet for that. Maybe we will all merge with the internet. But I don't want it to be an extension of ourselves. I just want it to be a database, a knowledge base for where we can all learn, and we all still live in the real world, in reality, where we control ourselves. I don't want to lose control. I don't want to lose control at all. This controlling my vessel is an important function of your mind and your consciousness and your spirit. It's how you exist. It's how you make sense and how you live the life in which the energy all around us is here for. We use it, and to lose that and to merge into a mind that is not organic that makes zero sense. We don't need to do that. We need to be us, and then we need to take advantage of what we've created. We need to stop letting it use us. I mean, we all are just entranced in different things, and so many people around us are stuck on social media. It is literally a society. It is this changing moment, and it's already started. I mean, honestly, we're looking that the scales are so overweighted that I don't know that we'll ever regain balance. We can. That's what Deeper Meaning Time's about, you guys. We listening to this and taking these deeper thoughts and these deeper ideas and turning them into your own knowledge and your own ideas and changing your life based on it. That's where this will take off. And like I said in the first episode, the advancement rate that we could see would be it'd be crazy. Take this little bit of information. So I did a little quick calculation, and I couldn't tell if I was really getting real figures or not, but I did a brief Google search of how many thoughts we have on average per day, and it was between 60 to 80,000. So I just multiplied that by the world population, and I got about like 6.8. I think it was 6.08. It was like between 4 quadrillion and 6 quadrillion thoughts per day. is what happens, basically. And imagine if all of these thoughts didn't just, you know, poof, disappear into existence as meaningless thoughts. What if they all had a meaning? And we just needed to look a little closer and think a little harder. I mean, guys, this is what deeper meaning time is all about. It's exploring the endless thoughts and curiosities we all have every day, and discovering all the deeper meanings time has to offer. And guys, I hope we're doing the right thing. So seriously, think about things before you do them. My name's Evan. Thanks for listening.